You do it without thinking. Lips meet lips. A small, ordinary moment. But the real answer to why you do this is far stranger than romance. Kissing looks simple. It isn't. Only about 46% of human cultures kiss romantically. Read that number again. If kissing were pure instinct, hardwired into every human being the same way blinking is, every culture on Earth would do it identically. They don't. Some cultures press noses together, some sniff cheeks, some never touch faces at all, and still build lifelong bonds without it. So where did this behavior actually come from? And why does something so small make your pulse change? Start with your nose, not your lips. Anthropologist Von Bryant spent decades tracing the history of the kiss across ancient texts, and what he found was surprising. The earliest recorded kisses weren't romantic at all. In Vedic Sanskrit writings from over 3,500 years ago, people described pressing their mouths together as a way of inhaling another person's essence. It reads less like a kiss and more like a smell. Think about that. Your ancestors weren't chasing pleasure first. They were gathering information first. Your nose sits millimeters from another person's mouth during a kiss. That positioning is not an accident. Scent carries data your conscious mind can't process directly. Things like pheromones, hormone levels, even early signs of illness. Biological anthropologist Helen Fisher has spent her career studying human attraction, and her research suggests a kiss works something like a taste test for genetic compatibility. Your brain quietly asks a question you're never aware of asking. Does this person's biology work well with mine? That's the twist hiding inside every romantic moment. It feels like emotion. Underneath, it's evaluation. But scent detection is only half the story. Kissing also triggers your body's own chemical response. Oxytocin rises. Dopamine spikes. Serotonin actually drops, which sounds bad, but it's the same drop linked to obsessive, early-stage attraction, the kind that makes you think about someone constantly. Researcher Wendy Hill at Lafayette College ran a study measuring hormone levels in couples before and after they kissed. Oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, rose in men. Cortisol, the stress hormone, dropped in both partners. Your body isn't just responding to affection. It's using the kiss to decide, on a chemical level, whether this person is safe to get closer to. Here's where the story gets uncomfortable. If kissing exists to test compatibility and build trust, why doesn't every culture rely on it? Because trust can be built without lips at all. Some cultures achieve the same bonding through touching foreheads, through slow, deliberate meals eaten face to face, through gift exchange, ritual, or prolonged eye contact. Several indigenous groups, including communities in the Amazon studied by anthropologists, historically had no tradition of romantic kissing whatsoever, yet still formed deep, lasting pair bonds. The behavior itself is optional. The need underneath it is not. That single fact reframes everything you thought you knew about kissing. It isn't a universal instinct. It's one solution, among several, to a universal problem. How do you get close enough to another person to know if they're safe? And safe here doesn't mean harmless. It means biologically sound. Somewhere in your ancestry, the humans who paused before committing to a partner, who leaned in close and used smell, taste, and touch to gather one more piece of evidence, were statistically more likely to raise children who survived. The ones who rushed in without that pause carried more risk forward. Repeat that pattern across thousands of generations, and caution near another person's face slowly transforms into something that no longer feels like caution at all. It feels like attraction. You inherited the caution. You just call it a spark. There's a strange complication buried in all of this. Kissing is also, biologically speaking, expensive. Mouths carry bacteria. Saliva exchange can transmit illness. A single closed mouth kiss can pass around 80 million bacteria from one person to another. Why would something so risky survive millions of years of evolutionary pressure? Because the information gained apparently outweighed the danger. Repeated small exposure to a partner's microbiome may actually help calibrate your own immune system to someone you could spend years, even decades, standing close to. Some studies on long-term couples suggest that partners who kiss frequently develop increasingly similar oral microbiomes over time. Your body isn't only checking a potential partner once. It may be slowly merging its defenses with theirs. Pause on that for a second. A kiss isn't just a symbol of closeness. It may be a mechanism that quietly manufactures it. This is part of why a first kiss can feel like a verdict. Something either clicks or it doesn't, and you often can't explain why in words. Researcher and author Cheryl Kirschenbaum, who has written extensively on the science of kissing, describes this moment as your brain running an enormous, mostly unconscious calculation in a matter of seconds. Scent, taste, texture, timing, confidence, micro-expressions you never consciously register. All of it processed faster than language could ever move. You're not really deciding whether you like someone in that moment. Your biology already decided. The kiss is simply where you find out. It's worth noticing how quiet all of this is. No alarms go off. No one explains the calculation happening behind your eyes. You just feel drawn in, or you don't, comfortable, or you're not. That silence is exactly the point. A test you can't detect is a test you can't fake your way through. So the next time your lips meet someone else's, notice what's actually happening beneath the surface. It isn't performance, and it isn't a scene borrowed from a movie. It's an ancient information exchange, refined across millions of years, wearing the disguise of something soft, brief, and simple. Tonight, when you kiss someone, you won't think about any of this. Lips will meet lips. A small, ordinary moment. But underneath it, your ancestors are still quietly running the oldest test they ever designed.